girl fight. Marjorie Taylor Greene, Kari Lake are going at it. Let's put it up full mass. At one point, these women were at least political allies, even if they remained frenemies. Well, why are they fighting? They're fighting because Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, Republican out of Georgia, and failed Arizona gubernatorial candidate Kari Lake, both are extremely desperate for the attention of one, Donald Trump, indicted quadruply. Donald Trump chose them. Donald Trump has not chosen them as a running mate. He has not chosen anyone, but that has not stopped them from sniping at each other in private, according to a hilarious and amazing story in Rolling Stone. Both women actually wish they were the American flag in this photo. There it is. That's a horrible realization. However, sources close to Trump said Trump actually doesn't want any of them. Neither has a real shot, according to insiders, of being his VP pick if he does end up being the Republican nominee. But has anyone considered that Trump is possibly lying to them both? You know, like he does to everybody else. There's more. All right, Greene and Lake may present an image of calm unity in public, but behind the scenes, the two view one another with intense distrust and disdain, each seeing the other as direct competition for Trump's political affections. Per the report, tensions are extra high in the Veep stakes because the women have similar ideologies to the campaign. They're both competing in the very narrow lane of election denying, shameless Trump diehard who has emerged as a conspiracy theory slinging star among the conservative base. One source called it a death race. And both have been kissing Trump's ass as of late, with Greene comparing Trump to Jesus and Nelson Mandela. In an interview with her boyfriend and Lake, threatening violence from fellow NRA members if Trump goes to prison for any of his many crimes, sources have been chattering that Lake wants to be VP and noted that she basically moved into Mar-a-Lago this summer. Rolling Stone reports that Greene has been trash talking Lake to the MAGA elite and conservative media circles. Greene, who has blamed wildfires on Jewish space lasers, even had the gall to say Lake isn't serious enough to be a VP. Greene has also privately called Lake a grifter and scammer who is trying to keep riding Trump's coattails because she lost and she's cozying up on the election integrity messaging. Lake has told confidants that she thinks Greene is leaking negative stories about her to the press. You don't say. Meanwhile, some of Trump advisors have been telling reporters that he doesn't like Lake very much, perhaps because she acts too much like him. She's a shameless, ruthless demagogue who wants power and will do whatever she has to do to get it. One advisor told the Daily Beast, two other advisors said Trump thinks Lake is a spotlight hound. And he's annoyed that she's running around saying she should be VP. Isn't that ironic? Trump doesn't like himself. He doesn't like individuals who are a mere reflection of him. Okay, there's more. But in mid-August, Marge openly floated herself. She told the Atlanta Journal-Constitution that she has not decided whether she'll run for Senate because she said, quote, I have a lot of things to think about. Am I going to be part of President Trump's cabinet if he wins? Is it possible that I'll be VP? Question mark. Even if Trump doesn't care for their thirst, he probably wouldn't choose them anyway. Sources said he's talked about the pros and cons of both women. But even Trump isn't stupid enough to select Greene or Lake, as it could turn off independent and moderate voters. He needs to win in a general election. Trump does appear to be considering a female running mate, though, with other contenders reportedly, including 2024 presidential candidate Nikki Haley. You have the Arkansas governor, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, and also South Dakota governor, Kristi Noem. So yeah, he has a lot to choose from, obviously. Here's the dynamic that's really ironic. None of them are being considered based on their, let's just say, policy prowess or their political wit, their ability to get things done, solving problems for everyday people, legislation that was difficult to pass, but they got it done in a bipartisan way in order to serve the community at large. None of them are being considered for any of these notions that typically would be part of the political conversation in any other context. But the highest elected office of the land has dismissed all policy platform discussion, and it is now interchangeable with personality and gender and nothing else. All right, Jackson, thoughts here?
It always cracks me up how in tune Donald Trump is with kind of the popularity or viewpoints of other people, but he's completely not self-aware with himself. You know, like Marjorie Taylor Greene, Kari Lake. Why does he not like them? You pointed it out, because they're goofy, because that's how people see them. They see them as trolls, basically. Marjorie Taylor Greene was just on, I mean, the Hunter Biden stuff on the floor of Congress, taking it that far. She was just on Alex Jones talking about whatever happened at Burning Man. That was God's retribution, you know? So she goes around saying stuff like this, and Trump is aware that people side-eye them, but he's not aware of it within himself. But I think personally, if he were to choose a woman, it would probably be Kristi Noem, because she's the prettiest of all of them, I guess you could say. Her or Nikki, because Trump is that type of shallow. I mean, everybody, you know, why did he like John Bolton? Because he has that mustache, or that's why he didn't like him or something. So either way, the entire Republican Party is collapsing. Tucker Carlson just did an interview on Tucker on X with some guy who claimed to have slept with Obama and bought $250 worth of cocaine from him in 1999. You know, so that's just really the state of the Republican Party right now, is what we're looking at.
Yeah, you make a great point about that silly ass Tucker Carlson interview. This guy has been on like a social media platform saying this for years, right? And who validates him? Well, Tucker Carlson.